Monday, November 23rd, short week. We are still on our pathogens unit, wondering what is the most deadly thing on the planet, and we are slowly finding out. Outcomes similar to what we've seen before. Pathogens. So the lesson plan is that I've provided two shared documents, pathogen slide notes and AlphaBox, both on Classroom. The idea here is if we all pitch in, many hands make light work, and that as we talk about these different pathogens, that you would fill in an AlphaBox or the appropriate slide on the slide notes to help everybody out, and we can use it as a study tool because we're going to progress through the virus videos on Moodle. Tuesday, the 24th of November, continuing on our pathogens. Reminder at the bottom, if you need to retake the ecology final, it's number 24. It's listed as retake. Our outcomes are the same pathogen outcomes. It takes a while to get there. Lesson plan for the day. Number 29 on Classroom is my shared data table with you about whether pathogens are alive or not. I've asked you to make a version of your own to fill in as we go, but in case you're absent or miss something, it's there and you can refer to it. We want to ask ourselves whether or not pathogens are alive. The reason why is it determines how we can deal with them. If something's not alive, it's not possible to kill it. If it is alive, it is possible to kill it, and we can talk about ways to address each of these issues. And now that we're moving on to bacteria, we've looked at viruses, we can kind of compare the differences. And again, that's 29 on Classroom. The data table is structured around this, the pathogens on the left, the characteristics on the right. We want to keep track of, for each of the pathogens on the left, which of these characteristics on the right do they meet, and that's why the table's built the way it is. November 25th, last day before Thanksgiving break, so I want to wish you a happy 4 days. It's short 28-minute period, so basically we're setting up for the next 2 days because I'm going to be gone on the 30th. I've been invited to a conference by OSPI up in Anacortes. Just in case you had a personal Gmail account, wanted you to know about Star Wars. If you go to that URL down there at the bottom and you have a personal account, you can change to a Star Wars theme. Thought you might think it's pretty cool. We're still on pathogens, although I updated under the no category. You'll see that I updated it to 4 examples of pathogens. We should know more about them now. And the do column changed to comprehending text and a 60-second talk, which I'll talk about here in a second. Our lesson plans, our pathogens alive table. I wanted to remind you that that's number 29 on Classroom. So if you've fallen behind and you want to catch up, you can fill out the table using that resource. That we talk again, review from yesterday, why it's important to eat dirt, or in other words, bacteria that lives naturally in the soil around us, because it populates our digestive tract, and those healthy bacteria actually have an effect on the rest of our bodies. Explained about one study with men especially, how our serotonin levels, one of the chemicals in our brains that affect our mood, there's a correlation between that and what bacteria are present in our digestive tract as we're growing up early on in our life. So it's an interesting study, see what comes about as they study it more. Cavities for years, sugar and brushing your teeth were the only elements of cavities, but we find out now it has more to do with the bacteria that are present in your mouth. Some of them excrete acidic waste that is what creates those cavities, and depending on whether you're lucky enough or not to have certain bacteria in your mouth, determines whether you get cavities, although it's extremely important. You still brush your teeth for reasons of gingivitis and bad breath and halitosis-y stuff. And then, of course, flatulence was our topic yesterday. We learned about how bacteria create the stinky smell in our farts. And then we get you set up on Newsella for Monday. There's 2 articles. We're going to start using Newsella like many of your other teachers, and prepare for a 60-second talk that you're going to give to 6 of your classmates on Tuesday on a topic of bacteria. And to find out more about that, you need to go over to Classroom. It's assignment number 30.